The storm that hit the park in June of 2025 was unprecedented. It was one of the largest storms that Ontario Parks has seen. Significant tree damage, thousands of uprooted and damaged trees, significant flooding in some parts of the park. It required a full-scale evacuation of the park.
Right after the storm, things were pretty intense. Emotions were high for both impacted visitors as well as for staff. Half of the road was covered in trees, and it was down to one lane where you could see the chainsaws had cleared a path for emergency vehicles to get in and for campers to get out as they were being evacuated.
That was the beginning of what I like to call the restoration or recovery phase.
Getting to see the teamwork between the forestry sector and Ontario Parks was really impressive.
Foresters from Feller and Skidder companies were in here supporting the restoration. Algonquin Forestry Authority played a key role for us in terms of the initial restoration phases.
We went through and removed the downed wood that was on the ground. It all laid kind of in one direction, but from the downburst. And we pulled it roadside, we topped it, which means we took the limbs and the branches off.
What you can see behind me is a great example of the destruction that was caused by the microbursts in June. And where we're standing here right now has since been cleared for forestry, and many of the areas in the park looked very similar.
Timing of the storm was difficult for turning it into wood product. All wood product in the heat of the summer, it has a fungi in it that makes it stain very quickly. As well with campsite wood, there's a lot of nails and such metal things that can be very difficult for mills to process. So a lot of it went into red pine poles, so that's our hydro poles, and a lot of the rest of it went into be ground, providing energy, providing biofuel, and providing the mulch that you can put on your garden.
These are what's left of some of the trees that were harvested here in the park.
We were really working with the Ontario Parks folks. So that include their biologists, their ecologists, and as well as their operational campsite people to make sure that, again, we were prioritizing where they were hoping to reopen earliest. So it guided us to how we wanted to clear that area, and if we needed the dumps further to the ground or if we could leave more snags. Knowing how to protect the values, knowing how to protect the roadways, establish the roadways, how to remove the wood safely, and to be able to pile it at the roadside so that it could be potentially utilized in the future without doing, again, further damage to the site.
Formally, we entered in a relationship with Forest Canada to support tree planting here at St. Mary Champlain. And a large part of that was working with Forest Canada to discuss tree species, what did we want to see regrow here at the park. Also the resiliency of some of those species, really focused on what trees are going to be resilient to future weather events, what is going to grow and help support the soil to help reduce flooding and drainage, those types of things. And then just what are some tree species here that are naturally occurring, and working with Forest Canada to find, as close as we could, some local seed stock that would best support park and restoration.
There's lots of career opportunities within forestry, depending where your interests lie. Simply from people working as biologists or ecologists, people with interest in GIS and computers, there's lots of availability for positions in that as well, and analysts looking at some of these spatial modeling software to look at how we can utilize that technology to help us plan our forest management.
Ontario Parks has a whole wide range of career opportunities, anything from management, so that could be park superintendent or assistant superintendent, supporting and leading teams in a provincial park setting.
If you like to be outside, there's the operations roles, there's the renewal roles, helping manage and supervising those operations.
Park operations staff that support safe, inclusive facilities for our clients and the varying experiences that they're looking for.
There's also administrative related roles like park clerk. Within our marketing branch, there's more computer-based roles running our main branch, social media channels.
We're so fortunate to have such a diverse workforce. We have a great interpretive program called the Discovery Program in Ontario Parks, which teaches people all about the natural environment. I think that's a really important thing for a lot of people that aren't familiar with our protected areas and what they have to offer.